In what way would you say, like you said that it seems like it's a game as usual. What way have you seen this new generation, um, you know, try to explain to the people that are leading them, especially young people like us, who are excited about leadership, who wants to grow in leadership, who also we see ourselves in the future, filling up positions of leadership. What do you think? Because I also see that, even when young people go into that level of leadership, they also become even wicked, just like the people that they criticize. How would you say that young people need to, also be more tolerant as well to those they lead?
You see, the problem, well, thank you let me say, thank you for that question. The young people, see, it's not about getting rid of all these old people and then plugging all these young people in it. There's a difference. See, we're all clamoring like, oh, youth, 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 youth. If you don't have the capability, and if you're not the kind of person that has the good heart to serve the people, I don't think you should be elected. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one thing to be, being front as a protester. It's another thing to have the sensibility or the capability to lead. There's a difference. You could
Mm-hmm.
protest. There's something else where your energy might be useful, but there's something else, there's another place, the group of people that are supposed to be a leader. So now, because of the lack of structure in Nigeria, for example, and lack of checks and balances in every department in Nigeria, I feel that if we don't put those structures first in place, if we don't put those checks and balances in place, whoever you're going to elect next, be it a young guy or anything, will still do another thing. And there's this funny this verse that keeps sticking to my head. It says, "Our fathers have sinned, but we've not." Do you get? Some
Mm-hmm.
people might think that, oh, even though we find a way to remove all this, that they would try and come back to embezzle theirs, because again, there is no checks and balances, there is no structure in place. But in order for us to put somebody who will hold accountable, somebody who knows that you are being elected now not just because you're going there to embezzle money, but we're going to be checking on you, we're going to be seeing everything, accountability, we're going to be holding you responsible, you're going to give us account of what you've done while you're in the office. I think people will begin to realize that this political business of embezzling, looting money, and all that is coming to an end. But I believe I believe that things are going to be in place. So to answer your question, I believe that before we elect a new leader, a youth leader, whatever leader you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we need to put a structures in place in every area of aspect of life in Nigeria. We need to put structures in place and then set up a checks and balances system. Checks and
Mm-hmm.
balances. There's no one bigger than, there's no one that cannot be audited. There's no one that cannot be reviewed. No company can tell me, no, you don't know who I am. There's nothing like that. That goes away. Like checks and balances, everybody will sit up. When you tell somebody that, oh, in 6 months' time, we are coming to audit your company, and it's not about the one they will say they pay you bribe right off of it. Somebody, even auditing that company, somebody else will be auditing them. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in order to get a leader, we need to know, send the message across. Whoever a potential youth leader is, better be ready that you have the heart of a servant. You're there to serve. And if you don't do it, we'll check it. We'll like get you out.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. Now, let me ask you this question. And please, if you're just joining us, we have Ebuka Daniel here. Ebuka Daniel is the risk specialist as well as the CEO of END Events, an events and design company based in California. So please, if you have questions that you want to ask him, please put your questions down in the comment section below. And if you're enjoying this as well, also put, we want to make this as interactive as possible, not just myself and Ebuka talking. We want to get our audience as well talking as well. So Ebuka, the next question I have for you is now even people who are so-called, let's say you use what, so-called followers, people who are being led. How would you advise that those that are being led should be more tolerable to even those that are leading them? Because sometimes I feel like, we see it sort of like a war between the leaders versus the followers, the people versus the government, where they're like, you guys are not listening to us. We're trying to have a conversation and we are trying to do all of this stuff, but you're not listening to us. All we just see get back from you are just complaints, worries upon worries. What would you say that if we're going to flip the coin on the other side, on the part of the followers, how can followers be more tolerable to, to the leader?
Great question. I think that so let's use for example 2023, that will be electing the new governors and everything, right? I believe that with the let's assume now we've gotten the right group of people who are going to lead. It's going to take a while. The change we need, the change we need, or the expectation from the leaders that we newly elected, is going to take a while for them to do something. When I mean a while, not like it's going to take another 4 years. No, what I mean is people will be watching. In the process of tolerating them, they'll be watching you, holding you accountable of things they have been done or the things they elect them to do. So, for example, it's just like having a job. You got a job, you get paid for it, but you're paid because you are there to execute a duty. You're not there just to sit down there and be who you are. Do you get? So you are there when we elect you into the post. The masses are watching you, because we are the one paying you salary from our taxes. So we're telling you that, okay, we've elected you now. Do your thing. As you're resuming at work in the morning, on Monday morning, you better be having a plan of action for us. Let us know, okay, so in this month, this is our goal, this is how we're going to do it. In 20 days, if we not deliver it, we'll give you space to execute. By the time you're not executing what we want, we'll get you out. There's no more time for tolerance, because the past 60 years has been like an eyesore. You guys need to put in mind, Nigeria it's a giant of Africa. I read an article somewhere that says, I watched a video somewhere that says that if Nigeria wakes up, everybody, Africa wakes up. That is very deep, because we have everything we want. So now, electing this new leader, we will tell them, this is your agenda, and we are watching you.
Right.
If you don't execute many things within the first year, there's no more time.
Exactly.
We don't have time for that anymore. But we're going to be patient with you, though. We're going to be patient.
Right.
So the young leaders or the new leaders that are coming in, they should come in with the heart of, someone says, the heart of servanthood. You're there to serve. Don't sit down there making your pots. You got in as an elected official. You were slim and fit, and suddenly you're now wearing agbada and you with a pot belly portraying out. It's not what we want. We don't want that anymore. So yes. Right. So people are watching. If you, in answer the what would the masses do to be tolerant? They are watching. That's the way we're going to be tolerant. And now, thank God for social media. Everything, all eyes on you. So.
Listen, but they said they want to put a regulation for social media bill. Don't you think that's one way that the government is trying to curb? They're being intolerant by that. People in Nigeria their social media might soon be regulated. What's your take on that?
That's a no. That's an abuse to human rights. Why would you want to regulate social media? See, now this balls that when I heard that, it makes me feel bad. So and when it comes down to Nigerian matter, for example, honestly, when I was preparing for this today, all that kept coming to my mind was the word that says in the book of Ecclesiastes 7:7, that oppression maketh a wise man mad. Oppression maketh a wise man mad. So in other words, what is it? Nigerian has been ruled between there's like something called the oppressor and the oppressed. So if you're rich or poor, just put yourself wherever group you feel you can be in. And this applies to everybody, not just the government. Are you an oppressor or are you the oppressed? Right. So now they are trying to regulate social media. In the past, our fathers or our parents, they've had the opportunity to protest. Let me use Fela Kuti, for example. He used through his voice of music, he has been saying this is what's going on under the same president, Buhari. He has been speaking and saying many things, but yet no one knew it. Look at how they maltreated him, did everything they did to him. Do you get? But back then, if Fela Kuti had social media, believe me, things would have been greatly done differently. One of the strongest power that we have, our generation has, is this social media. And now because the oppressed has seen that this social media is very, very, active, people are on them like hawk, they're like, let's control it. That's what the oppressed does. The oppressed tries to control the life.
The oppressor.
Thank you. The oppressor tries to control the life of the oppressed. What they do, manipulate them, change the narratives of what things are happening. Just for example, can you believe a whole Lagos state governor saying that no one died? Initially, he said no one died at the Lekki toll gate.
Yeah. I heard that.
The oppressor. And suddenly, because of social media, right? Because of social media, CNN put him on spot. And they were like, oh no, 2 people died. Initially, he said nobody. 2 people died. Why?
Right.
See, if that if social media hadn't been there, we have lost that credibility. It has been gone. However, we've always questioned that credibility, so it's not a problem. So no, I feel very bad they want to control the social media. That's one of our major power we have. Apart from we being awoken, this generation youth being awoken, the social media is the next power that we have, because everything is being communicated. Even with the general partners that they set up, everything is being controlled by social media now. So, yeah.